The Distortus Rex is really weird, and the weirdest thing about him is his head. So let's draw the head. Well, and those probably little arms as well. but the head's weird. So it was close up on the head this time. I've done the full body if you're looking for that. So it's in my videos. So let's try this. So he's got like a round eye. It's just unusual. So like it's like a perfect circle basically. And I think like officially his pupil is round, but I prefer this. I prefer the sort of spiky one. Especially for like the more sort of evil or supposedly evil dinosaurs. They're just misunderstood, right? Right? So then we get some eyelid lines around, right? So we just, to make it look like it's got some skin around it, you just go around again. And you can like do as much of that. Might come back and add a bit more as I go. But he does have like some bags and stuff around his eyes and things. Some of them like overlap a bit. So he seems to have like a frown that kind of joins this head. So it's like a wavy, and it kind of joins one of his teeth over here, I think. But we'll just do this sort of frowning line first, right? Comes up here. Kind of comes up kind of high and then joins kind of skin in there or something. And then he has like an eye socket area, so like comes down around here. And then he's got like all skin lines and stuff inside. Doopy doopy doo. Okay, and it's all kind of dark in there, you know. So then, so we've got like, let's see, so we'll bring this wrinkle kind of down towards his teeth. And then there's like some bumps for the teeth even starting there. And then, so his skull, right? So it's kind of this sort of thing. It comes down, it's kind of like bumpy here. Again, this is very unusual. It's not like any other dinosaur, right? So it goes down that way. And like this line kind of like joins that kind of bulbous head. So he's got like lots of sort of wrinkles and stuff that kind of go like all up this way. So it's definitely sort of not what we're used to drawing. And so he's got that big round part, but he's got like a little snout that kind of sticks out here. So it kind of like, say, we'll guess, where would his nostril be? Put a nostril, it's kind of in line with his eye, I think. This. It's kind of the same level as his eye. Right, just this nostril. And then it has like wrinkles on it that kind of join his teeth kind of down there, kind of It's a lot of kinda. So this is like the front of his snout then. And then his mouth like comes across to the bottom here. So we get like this sort of the edge of his mouth, right? And then there's all like weird teeth coming out of his skin, right? So it doesn't even come out. There's like rows of teeth coming out of these bumpy things on his mouth, right? So you can start either side. Let's say it curves up and down. So we'll start up here maybe. It's kind of like coming in and out of his. Right, so it actually joins his face. Right, kind of random like that, and then you'll sort of bump them together, right? So there's like his skin lines, like for his face, kind of in between, and they kind of like join his head up here somewhere. It's fun doing the head close-ups sometimes because you can get like a lot more detail in it. Like has kind of a cheekbone or something here. And does he have like a bone on his cheek? Yeah, I think he's got like, say there and down here, he's got like a scale or a bone. I think the T-Rex, Amber the T-Rex in the movie has like this as well, right? So there's like these little wrinkles and stuff. Like clusters of all these kind of dots and all this kind of gnarly sort of things. And then like scales and crisscross lines for the scales and stuff. So that's like his top jaw, right? So maybe I'll get like the round part of his head, and then we'll do the bottom jaw. We'll just get the top of his skull. So the round sort of head part comes around, like real weird, right? It sticks out like. Right, it joins like his neck and all this, like just coming down this way. But I'll come back to that. Right, so this is like the round little skull portion. So some texture lines and wrinkles and all that, how it sort of joins his face and everything. You know, just the direction of the skull, the way it curves around and stuff. Just some textures and stuff on it. That's all. And you want to like curve with the skull, you know, you want to like go around. Do do do. So that's top skull, right? So now the bottom, so his jaw, so it'll go this way. Mouth open wide, right? And it connects just here and then goes down to another one of those like bony sort of things on the corner of his jaw. Right, so jaw like going that way. So we're right close up on his face now, so it's real big. I'm leaving this gap just for the teeth because they kind of stick out like this. But I can add like one of these crusty sort of weird things that's on his face here. Textures and wrinkles and stuff. So I'll add some teeth, and they're kind of like coming out of his skin, right? So they have a bottom to them. Some of them are bigger than others. They kind of just go oddly shaped. Right, you kind of just keep going with this. Oh, sun. Where's that coming from? Sorry, there's like, can you see that? Right, and then these have sort of these sort of bumpy sort of lines around the back. Actually a tooth there as well. And then it has like some wrinkles. Coming around them as well. Okay. So like there's skin that holds the jaw onto the top, and then we have his tongue sticking out, so like this way, double sort of bump and then sticking up here, and then it just seems to go down behind these teeth, this big one. Right, and then so we can see sort of the jaw, like the top of the jaw, and so there's some teeth here and some teeth that come around this way, right? So say we got like his gum bumping. Sort of in there. So that's like the roof of his mouth, you know? And then teeth sticking out. Just on the other side. And then, so like his cheek, the skin that holds this to the bottom just goes behind the tongue there. And then you can see one of those, I think it's this or this thing, this sort of bony thing, just coming off the side of his face. Another one there. It's just like the other side of his cheek on the other side there. And then you get some more sort of teeth just on the other side. And there's like some skin lines and stuff just in here. So you're gonna, yeah, so we'll maybe curve things kind of that way. It's all pink sort of flesh in there. Okay, so we'll just finish the neck really. So he's got like real wrinkly sort of skin coming down his neck. Right, lots of this kind of veins and say like this sort of thing. And then like his head sort of wraps around. This might be, so his shoulder, is that his shoulder? Maybe. Right, and then just generally back of his body sort of going that way. And then you just add sort of textures and stuff on this. So just all sort of curving around. You can go as crazy with your textures as you want. Like you can keep adding crisscross lines and circles and dots and anything really to make him look wrinkly and reptilian as much as you'd like. There we go though. Yeah, Distortus Rex head. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.